Hello everyone, welcome to my first Let's Play of The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. To begin with, I will say a little bit about myself because you probably don't know me yet. My name is Savle, or my nickname anyway. I have been gaming for about 5 years, ever since the COVID lockdown. I have come to love mostly RPGs and AAA action games. I've played a fair few of those, like The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance, the big games that you would have heard of. But I'm looking to branch out a little, and on this channel I'm hoping to explore some new games, as well as return to some of my old favorites, which is what we're doing today. As you can hear, English is not my first language. I am from the Czech Republic, but I consider myself pretty good at English. I'm interested in languages. I studied English in college. I have a degree in translation and interpreting, so I feel comfortable speaking in the language and of course playing all my games in the language as well. So as for the Elder Scrolls games, I first played Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim in 2020 and 2021. I instantly realized that Morrowind is by far the best out of them, mostly because of the lore, because that's the main thing I care about. And that's why we're returning to that game today. But I also like Oblivion and Skyrim. I just don't think I will really be bringing my Let's Play of any of those games to the channel. So Morrowind is my favorite game, but I am by no means an expert on its gameplay. I'm not an expert gamer. I'm more into the lore and characters, as I already said. I love to read every lore book, so if that's something you do as well, you're in the right place here. And I overall just prioritize roleplay over optimal gameplay, which brings me into what today's video will be about. So we are not playing vanilla Morrowind, as you can see. We are playing modded Morrowind. Specifically, we are going to be focusing in this series on the Grasping Fortune expansion to the Tamriel Rebuilt mod. This is an expansion which released in the May of 2025. It adds the biggest city in any Elder Scrolls game to Morrowind. So Narsis apparently has some 3,000 NPCs, which is just crazy, and I have never experienced it before. So this Let's Play also doubles as a kind of a blind reaction to this part of the world. And apart from Tamriel Rebuilt, we are running over 400 other mods. I am using specifically the expanded vanilla mod pack from moddingopennw.com. If you don't know this website, I highly suggest you visit it and try their mod packs, because I think, well, it's just the best way to play modded Morrowind without having to set up a mod list by yourself and have it be automatically installed and everything pre-configured so that it works. I added a couple small mods to their version of expanded vanilla as well, but let's not get into that. So the way we are playing the game is we will be role-playing a character that I devised, that I predefined. Our character is a young Dunmer female named Faylen Dreloth. We will get into her backstory in a bit, just to sort of summarize. So she came over from the Imperial City into the land of her ancestors, and specifically into Narsis, because she wants to perform holy works for the Tribunal Temple. If I had to characterize her, she is a pious person. She believes in the divinity of the Tribunal. She is wholeheartedly convinced that everybody should be faithful to it. She's kind of a naive person. She sees world in terms of absolute good, absolute evil, and she is not really ready for the shades of gray she will probably have to confront. She's also a kind and caring person who likes to help everyone she meets if she can. Her class is healer, so she is interested in healing other people. It's her favorite way of helping others, and she loves plants and animals. As you can see, it's kind of a friendly, good character, but this is only the setup. I have no idea where her story is going to go, because frankly, I'm not familiar with any of the Narsis quests, and I am totally willing to pivot her character whichever way the story points her. So while she will start off as a member of the Tribunal Temple, I have no idea what she will end up as or where she will end up as. Let's read a short excerpt from her diary that I sort of wrote just to get in character a bit. This is the Steam overlay notes, which I'm using for my journal. I think the notes are a very underrated feature in just about any game. So, the journey has been long, but I can finally see its end. Narsis, the holy site where Lord Vivek's spear rests, as well as the seat of the faithless house Hlaalu. It is said Narsis is full of destitute beggars as well as avaricious nobles. Both have need of the mercy of Almsivi. I could have chosen a place of greater piety to finally experience the home of my ancestors. I could have traveled to Vivek or Almalexia or Necrom or any other holy site. Yet, as Archcanon Sarioni writes, forge a keen faith in the crucible of suffering. Before I am worthy of setting foot in a place holy to our faith, I must first serve the tribunal by sharing their blessings. And who needs them more than Dunmer so blinded by their self-interest that they turn away from the one true way? They will listen to me. I have lived in the Imperial City all my life and kept my faith. I know that the faith of our ancestors offers more hope than the misguided cult of the Imperials. I hope my parents have come to terms with my leaving by now. It is only natural that they worry, but I walk with the tribunes. I have no doubt that they watch over me in every hour. The smooth journey from the distant Imperial City has been evidence enough. Mother and father have instilled in me a great love for the tribunal. To love the tribunal, one must be wise. To be wise, one must follow in the footsteps of the saints. I follow in the footsteps of Saint Veloth, who left his own decadent home to travel to the Promised Land. I hope I can serve the Holy Ones half as well as him. There we go. I don't claim to be like a great writer or anything, but I think this does the job of sort of getting us into character and setting up the story of Faylen as a person. So we are starting off in Septim's Gate Pass, which is a gate you have to pass through from Cyrodiil in order to get to Morrowind. So as you heard, Faylen is from the Imperial City. She was brought up to be faithful to the Tribunal, and she very much is, but she has decided to visit the land of her ancestors, to perform holy works, to help the needy, help the poor, help the beggars, and just be an overall good person. So right away, you can see that we have a couple of mods going. Like I said, the bottom right corner, that's the needs mod. So we have to drink, eat, and sleep regularly. It's nothing too crazy, and I think it really adds to the immersion. We have some minor graphics mods as well, although the expanded vanilla mod pack is not focused on that. If I wanted to focus on that, I would have used the total overhaul. But that one is just too demanding for my processor currently, especially in some of the Tamriel rebuilt cities, which are quite demanding, to be honest. And hopefully some further work on the development of OpenMW will maybe make it so that it's more efficient with its resources and runs cities like Old Ebonheart and Narsis smoothly. Anyway, so we are a pilgrim, so we have barely anything to our name. We traveled by foot all the way from the Imperial City. As you see, we're wearing the default clothing, which I think is suitable for like a pilgrim's garb. We don't have any weapons, I believe. We have only a couple of gold to our name. This is a trainer log that's added by one of the mods. We will definitely use that because it's helpful to keep track of the trainers you meet. As you can see, we are a healer. That's a default class. I don't honestly mess around with my custom classes in Morrowind. Could be that I will start doing so in the future. But for this character, we are not doing that. So healers are spellcasters who swear solemn oaths to heal the afflicted and cure the diseased. When threatened, they defend themselves with reason and disabling attacks and magic, relying on deadly force only in extremity. So we have Detect Creature, Hearth Heal, Shield, and Water Walking as the default spells, which is enough. Faylen does have some magical education, as you can see. We are also using the overhaul mod, NCG-DMW. What a terrible acronym. So this is a mod that I'm not really accustomed to playing with, so this will be something new for me. But it overhauls the leveling of our skills so that we no longer have to do the weird thing where you rest and level up and then you choose attributes based on the skills you used. This mod makes it so that attributes are leveled organically with skills, and they can also decay. The skills can also decay if you don't use them for long. I think it also makes it so that skill books don't really level you up, which I personally don't really like. I know you can probably change that, but we will see if I stick with it. I'm willing to sort of modify the rules of this playthrough because, as I said, it's not all about the gameplay with this series per se. I'm only an average, perhaps below average Morrowind player when it comes to how smart I am with my build, my character, etc. I'm in it for the roleplay. Yeah, so I generally like to roleplay in these games because, well, they are RPGs. You know, Morrowind is an RPG. And although every character that you are going to play has to be an adventurer who likes to dive into tombs and solve people's problems mostly by fighting stuff, there is also a lot of room for doing other things. And yes, so the goal for today's episode is to join the Tribunal Temple, to reach Narsis, to even find the local temple and join the Tribunal Temple, and maybe if we can make it to get our first assignment. We can see that the world around here is quite beautiful. This is an unusual sort of landscape to see in Morrowind. This is not really something you find on Vardenfell. It reminds me like of North American, canyons, like Western style, almost something from Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, so as we are a pilgrim, we are going by foot. I know that there was there is a person over here. Do we want to talk to this person? Well, let's see what they have to say.
Excuse me.
Renixia Vedius. Hello there. Could I interest you in some spells? I also have an exclusive offer if you're willing to help me test an experimental spell. Oh, an experimental spell. Well, I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do for my first foray into Morrowind, but let's see. Who are you? I am Renixia Vedius, a traveling sorcerer from Nibene. Okay, also a fellow traveler from Cyrodiil. What's your trade? I am a sorcerer. I'm a master of the College of Conjuration, and I have learned to summon and command the denizens of the Outer Realms to do my bidding. I sell a wide variety of spells, offer training for a meager fee, and can even create a new spell to fit your specifications. I travel from place to hone my craft, and have only recently arrived in Morrowind. Tell me what you think about Morrowind. I've just arrived en route from Cyrodiil. I briefly stepped off the road and encountered what the locals call a canyon thresher. It was quite an intimidating sight, though my experimental spell made short work of it. Sure, tell me about your experimental spell. I'm working on a spell to summon a special winged twilight. I need someone willing to fight it while I observe and take notes. Obviously, I can't take notes if I fight it myself. The local fauna has been a disappointment so far. If you manage to defeat it, I'd be willing to teach you some exclusive spells. For a modest fee, of course. Interested? Well, at this point, I am definitely not equipped to fight anything like that. I do hate to reject the quest, because Morrowind does this annoying thing where if you reject that quest, you often just can't accept it again. But this is Tamriel rebuilt, so I'm not sure how they are handling things. But yeah, I'm not really interested at this point. Oh well, come back if you change your mind. Great, that's what I needed to hear. We will probably change our mind at some point. What spells are you selling? Oof, some pretty expensive ones. Summon Clan Fear is 2,000 gold. Summon Flame Atronak is 2000 gold too. That's not that big of a difference, honestly. I would prefer the Flame Atronak in pretty much any case. Viper is the only one we can afford, but we are not interested in destroying anyone, you know? The School of Destruction is not what we're after. At this point, we are just a healer looking to help people. Yeah, some of our attributes are already going down. That would be the needs mod. I assume that, yes. Oh no, this is actually not me being hungry or thirsty. This is me being hot. Yeah, I guess the weather is rather hot here. So I should probably get used to these numbers being red pretty much all the time. I have 59 gold to my name, so I hope that will be enough to sort of start my life in Narsis. Okay, so we are passing through these beautiful canyons. What are those plants? I hesitate to call them trees. I'm not sure what they are. Now, Faylen would certainly be interested in stopping and examining them, but I feel like we really want to reach Narsis by nightfall, because the darkness in this game, or at least in this mod pack, can be quite brutal, and we don't have a lantern or torch or anything. So yeah, we really want to get there as quick as possible, and we will certainly have enough time to explore the surroundings of the city, I'm sure. Okay, we are close to halfway there. Let's see, can we see the city in the distance or something? One of the things that I don't really like about Morrowind is how the main theme just randomly keeps playing in the background. It's a good main theme. I like the theme. I just feel like it often doesn't fit the situation it plays in. I'm sure I could have modded my game to get rid of that, but now that I'm hearing it again and again, I'm remembering that yeah, that's a thing. All right, we have an edge over there. Nothing too crazy. Classic creatures that we could also see on Vardenfell. That looks like an is it an Aelid or a Kaguti? I always get the two confused. One of the two it is. We have cacti, we have some nice vegetation, and we have athletics going up. Interesting. Yeah, I guess as a pilgrim we do get enough exercise, so it'll do wonders for our athletics. Let's see what our stats actually are, or our skills rather, because athletics is a skill, right? So our high skill is destruction. Okay, well, when I said I'm not interested in destruction, I didn't really know that. That's funny. Long blade, medium armor, interesting. You know, that's actually kind of surprising. Oh, but I was only looking at my miscellaneous skills. Yeah, we have discovered Shipal Sharai, which I believe is like a village. You saw that that pop-up up there, almost like Skyrim style, to tell you you've discovered a new place. I like those. I like that they are in the mod pack. So yeah, we came from Septim's Gate Pass. That way is Stormgate Pass, which is, I believe, a little to the south, right? And we are going in the direction of Shipal Sharai and, of course, Narsis, which is our destination for today. So, what were we talking about? I can't remember. Oh yes, my skills. So, my most powerful skills are Mysticism, Restoration, and Alteration. Okay, so magic skills, which yeah, makes sense for our healer class, obviously. What is that creature over there? I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's a cute one. I wish I could zoom in, but I don't want to get too close in case I have to engage in combat, because I have nothing to fight with. What's our hand-to-hand like? 30. I mean, it's not the worst, to be honest, right? But if it comes to combat, what will we do? Well, actually, we want to be unarmored and use hand-to-hand. Well, I guess we are perfectly equipped for that already. Our speechcraft is at 30, and our personality is at 60, which is great. It's because I chose Wait, maybe I'm getting it confused. I chose the lady as my sign, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if that impacts personality. In any case, I tried to get my personality high up. For one, it's really convenient gameplay-wise in Morrowind, but more importantly, it makes sense for our character, right? She is like this kind, caring person who people are inclined to trust. So 60 personality it is. Over there we can see we can see a Guar family. That's adorable. That's absolutely adorable. But again, we really don't have the time to spend here. Is this? Yes, this would be Shipal Sharai. So yeah, I believe we did like almost a circle, but sort of downward. So we went around this rocky part to finally get here after getting that notification that we discovered the place so long ago. How are we doing on time? Yeah, the sun is slowly moving toward the... Oh shit, we are getting attacked by a cliff racer. Fortunately, in this mod pack, guards will actually care about that and will... Yes, let me take some racer plumes. And will actually come to your defense if you get attacked, which I believe, that not being the case, is one of the greatest oversights in Morrowind, gameplay-wise. It's really unimmersive when you get attacked and there's like 50 million guards just standing there looking at you, you know? So that's an amazing mod to have for sure. I'm not really aware of all the mods that are in this pack. I have done a couple of playthroughs of Total Overhaul, which this pack is based on. This is just Total Overhaul without the graphics, I believe, is what it's meant to be. So gameplay-wise, I shouldn't probably be too surprised about most things. We can see these creatures from up close. I don't know. They seem friendly, perhaps, but I don't know. I really don't want to get into combat at this point. And yeah, like I said, time's a wasting. But over there, I think we can see the first buildings of Narsis already. Interesting. Yes, in our hurry, we're sort of even disregarding the fact that our character is, like I said, interested in animals and plants and would normally stop to examine them more thoroughly. But there's no time, man. We gotta get settled in Narsis, you know, we gotta get our bearings, we gotta sort of establish ourselves. And my explanation for this hurry is just that Faylen is so excited to finally see the place, you know? She has stepped foot into the province of her ancestors, and now she is excited to see her first real city, albeit a city that is meant to be as corrupt as Narsis is. Because from what she has heard about the Hlaalu, they are not really a pious house, are they? They are far from it. They treat with the Imperials. They really just don't seem to believe in the traditional Dunmer tenets like some of the other houses do. Like for example the Red Run, who seem to value these the Tribunal Temple, at least in a way, right? I'm honestly, as myself, I'm not quite sure what the situation is with the Indoril and Dren. Sorry, not Dren. What's the other name of the other? Dress. That's it. Yeah. I'm not sure how they are standing with the Tribunal Temple. Anyway, so we made it to Narsis. This is lovely. So we seem to be in some sort of marketplace. Oops, loading. Yeah, I expect our frame rate to take a dip here because, yeah. So these seem to be slaves up for sale. How does Faylen feel about slaves? Well, that's actually an interesting question that I haven't considered. Well, being the caring soul that she is, I imagine that foreign quarter, we probably want to go that way, right? yeah, seems like a place where they would be welcoming toward us, so let's just try and run in that general direction. So being the kind and caring person that she is, I think she would be open to helping slaves. Now, I'm actually not sure what the Tribunal Temple's stance on slaves is as such. I know that many Tribunal faithful practice slavery, but yeah, this is one lore thing that I'm not really an expert on. I mean, listen, I'm not claiming to be a lore expert, really. I like to read the lore, I like to learn about the lore, but I'm not one to go scouring the UESB for every little detail, because I actually like to be surprised when I'm playing the games. And playing Tamriel Rebuilt or Project Tamriel, I'm constantly learning new things, and I just love it. In my mind, these mods are honestly like the canon of the Elder Scrolls. I consider them to be canon, unlike the games of Oblivion and Skyrim. It's sort of a cheeky way of saying that I really just love these mods. Alright, I tried to go in the direction of the Foreign Quarter. I'm not quite sure if I managed to do that, because, well, it seemed like I should have taken the bridge, maybe, but I don't know, it seemed too far away to me. Let's see, I mean, this is a big city, so it shouldn't be a problem to find a place to stay. Then again, we might start looking for the temple right away. Hello, Hanasha Zanumun. Sounds like an Ashlander name. Or do you have, like, traditional roots? Tell me about the specific place. Narsis has 6 districts. The Purple Road passes through the Market Quarter in the northwest of the city and ends up at the Foreign Quarter on the southern edge. So yeah, the bridge probably would have gotten us to the Foreign Quarter. The St. Veloth Quarter is on the northern edge, and the waterfront on the eastern edge. The Old Quarter is a street on the terrace between the Foreign and Council Quarters, and the Council Quarter itself occupies the central plateau. You're in St. Veloth Quarter now. Interesting. Tell me about it. Located directly north of the Council Quarter, St. Veloth Quarter is home to the working class of Narsis, the Velothi or Houseless Dunmer. Important locations in this quarter include the 2 giant apartment towers, the Velothi Tower and Brever Heights. There is also the Moraktong Hall and the guild halls of the miners and tanners, the tailors and dyers, and the cat catchers. The cat catchers are, I believe, like the slave hunters in this world, from my previous experience with Tamriel Rebuilt. Which one do we want to know about? Let's try the Council Quarter. The administrative center of Narsis and Great House Hlaalu. The ruling councils of both the city and the house meet in the Measure Hall, which lies at the heart of the Council Quarter. Other landmarks include the Grand Palace of the second Hlaalu family, home to Grandmaster Atheres Hlaalu, the 8 Bones Temple, the Imperial Proconsul's Place, God, the pronunciation of that word, and the arena. So, they have an arena, interesting. What's this second Hlaalu family I keep hearing about? The second Hlaalu family is the preeminent branch of Clan Hlaalu, the founding dynasty of Great House Hlaalu. Though the first Hlaalu family gave the clan its name, the second Hlaalu family is credited with founding Narsis and bringing the clan recognition as a great house. Over the ages, almost all of House Hlaalu's elected leaders have come from the second family. Interesting, so there are so many clans of Hlaalu that they are numbered like this. Well, first, second, maybe there are more, I don't know. But the 8 Bones Temple sounds like where we want to go. The 8 Bones Temple is the biggest temple in Narsis. Pilgrims come from all over Morrowind to see Muatra, the God King Vivek's legendary spear, which sits there in grand display. You'll find the temple in the Council Quarter. Interesting. So Muatra is actually to be found in this place. That's cool. All right. The famous Muatra that we read about in the sermons. Vivek's manhood, according to lesson. Is it lesson 14? I know lesson 14 is the one with all the weird erotic stuff with Molech Baal. I do know the lessons pretty well, I would say. I translated them into Czech, into my language, so I had to think about them a lot. So where's the Council Quarter? Where do I find it? Okay, hang on, maybe I can find out through the map. Alright, so it seems that we only have the Market Quarter on our map, but I think that if we ask about the city, we're going to get markers on the map, right? I think that's the way Morrowind works. Narsis is the council seat of Great House Hlaalu, the financial center of Morrowind and the largest city in the east after Almalexia City. Located at the terminus of both the Western Purple Road and the Thur River, it's a trade hotspot. The Council Quarter Mesa is the administrative center, the Market Quarter holds most of the trade houses and shops, and the Foreign Quarter has the Imperial Guilds. The Waterfront, the St. Dreloth Quarter and the Old Quarter hold various corner clubs, inns and homes. Yeah, I like how matter-of-factly the districts are named in Morrowind cities. You can instantly tell where everything is, and there we go. So this is Narsis. So Foreign Quarters seems to be... Oh, hang on, no, we're looking for Council Quarters. So let's go this way, right? We have to go up, or is there a way through there? We'll try going here. This way. Areas loading in. Yeah. Happens quite often in Morrowind. What is this, by the way? The Grand Bazaar. So if we went to do some trading, or maybe even stock trading, I know that's a thing in Anvil, in Cyrodiil. So if we want to do that, we should probably come here. Okay, we have some big towers. This looks like an alchemy shop.
Yes, madam.
Hello, sir. I'm not talking to any of the locals just yet because, like I said, I really need to get my bearings before sundown, or at least get myself a lantern. There seem to be plenty of lanterns everywhere, but obviously I can't take those, right? Yeah, by the way, this character is not going to steal pretty much anything at this point in her life, right? She's not a thief. She is a devout follower of Amsevi. Sorry, not Amsevi. Yes, Amsevi. Okay, I'm getting my churches confused. She is a devout follower of Amsevi at this point in her life, so the whole thievery system shouldn't really be relevant to us.
Wealth beyond measure.
Well, looking at all the buildings around, this looks like a temple. This looks most like a temple. This could be a temple too, but maybe it's some sort of council house instead. And this building looks to be big and important. I think that would be like the main Hlaalu building in the city, maybe. Alright, let's try this place first.
What is this about?
Hello, Bedenea. I don't know you. What do you want? Yes, what a great greeting. Tell me about the Eight Bones Temple. The Eight Bones Temple is the city's most esteemed temple. Faithful from all quarters of Morrowind congregate here in veneration of Muatra, Lord Vivek's glorious spear. Yes, his glorious spear. Since we asked about the second Hlaalu family, let's ask about the first one as well. The first Hlaalu family is the founding line of Clan Hlaalu, itself the founding dynasty of Great House Hlaalu. By contrast to the second Hlaalu family, the first family has historically had few political ambitions, preferring instead a loyal service to temple and clan as stewards of the Narsis catacombs. Well, at least there are some Hlaalu who are loyal servants of the temple. Tell me about the catacombs. Of all the grand burial places of the East, only Necrom, City of the Dead, rivals the Narsis catacombs. Yes, Necrom. I need to check that place out in Tamriel Rebuild someday as well. I know that they have already released it. Who knows? Maybe we will get to see it in this playthrough. I honestly don't know where our story will take us. The catacombs are the oldest part of this city. They run through most of the mesa and reach deep underground. Over the years, many of the sections have become dangerous and some are outright inaccessible due to cave-ins. The catacombs' traditional stewards are the first Hlaalu family, right? So we keep hearing about the first and second Hlaalu family. If there are any more, they haven't been mentioned yet. Let's not ask about rumors just yet. We don't care about rumors because rumors flow from the House of Troubles. That's another quote from. Is it Archmagister? Sorry.
Right. And all
is it Archmaster Sarioni, or is it another Tribunal Temple book? It doesn't matter. Focus. Alright, hello, Peril. Welcome, Outlander, to the Eight Bones Temple. It's here that we have erected a shrine to Muatra, Lord Vivek's spear. If you're here on pilgrimage, walk with respect, and you may pray under the shadow of Vivek's godhood. Yes, godhood. Muatra. Tell me, Muatra is placed on a pedestal in the temple's dome. The faithful are allowed to venerate it there. Okay, well, we will definitely do that. Someone in particular, tell me how I can join the temple. Master Melara Orvain oversees the temple from the upper levels. Soldren Falandas handles records and finances from his office on the second level. For apothecary services, speak with Realma Saris, and for enchantments, see Ivrami Mothrion. Olvi Fedos manages the hostel on the second level. Alright, sounds like Melara Orvain is the person we want to see, right? So let's go to the upper part of the temple, which is where we are going anyway, because we want to venerate the spear that's in the dome. Was it? Yeah. Okay, so this is a simple interior that we have going on here, typical of the Morrowind Tribunal temples.
Wealth beyond
Hello, guards. Can I go further up? Yes. Nice, we seem to have a sort of library here. I'm sure we will spend plenty of time here. We will read lore books in these videos. I will of course give timestamps for when you want to skip the reading, but I like to immerse myself in the world and the characters, like I said. So,
Outlander,
Sareru
what do you want?
Samori, hello. Okay, well, you're not the person we want to speak to.
Almsavi grant you
Melara
humility.
Orvain, that was the name, right? Within this temple rests Muatra, Lord Vivek's sacred spear. Pilgrims are welcome and questions are not forbidden. But treat this ground with reverence, Outlander. You must conduct yourself accordingly or leave. Right, tell me who you are. I am Melara Orvain, master of the Eight Bones Temple of Narsis. Before I was named to this position, I was a witch hunter in service to the Almarula in Almalexia. That's an interesting career change or career shift. Well, is it a career change in truth? Is it? It could be that it's like a natural thing for former witch hunters to do this when they get older, maybe? I'm not sure. But a witch hunter, okay, that's cool. Tell me about the people I can find here. I oversee the Eight Bones Temple. Soldren Falandas handles records and finances from his office on the second level. For apothecary services, speak with Realma Saris, and for enchantments, see Ivrami Mothrion. Olvi Fedos manages the hostel on the second level. What is it pronounced? Hostel or hostel? Hostel? I have no idea. English, man. Tell me about the temple. We are the devoted servants and faithful of the tribunal. We worship and revere Almalexia, the healing mother, Sothasil, the teacher, and Vivek, the warrior poet, who are together known as Almsivi. It is our duty and privilege to share their mercy, wisdom, and justice with the people of Morrowind, and to guide the faithful to righteous paths. Interesting that I can ask about Sothasil and Vivek, but not Almalexia. Let's ask about the tribunal in general. We will probably exhaust all her dialogue options right now. Like loving ancestors, the tribunal guards and counsels us. Like stern parents, they punish our sins and errors. Like generous relatives, they share their bounty among the greatest and least according to their needs. Yes. Reach, mistress. Ancestors, huh? Recently dead spirits know us well and do not quickly forget their living kin. They are weak, but quick to guide and protect us. Right, this is also good as a reminder for me of the doctrine of the Tribunal Temple, because if I'm going to roleplay as a devout follower of the temple, I really gotta soak in the doctrine. Yes, the value that they place on their ancestors. Tell me about Mystery himself, Sothasil. companion and teacher of Nerevar and Vivek, Sothasil is the light of knowledge and the inspiration of craft and sorcery. The light of knowledge and the inspiration of craft and sorcery. Yes, that would fit him. Manifold warrior poet Vivek is the patron of both gallant fighters and subtle rogues. The two of three taught us strength when he faced the 5 chieftains of the Nords and turned them away from Resdania with might and trickery. I believe that's Sermon 9. That's a good one. I really like the descriptions of all the 5 chieftains. Yeah. He taught us wisdom when he recognized the caravan guard Nerevar as the Hortator to come, while everyone else was blinded by gold and fornication. And he taught us compassion when he slew their own progeny to keep Veles people safe. Tell me about the Nords. These people are our ancient enemies. Like all man races, they are of inferior blood, but otherwise are human in every respect. Are they capable of enlightenment? Do they have souls? Who can say? Well, that's some good old-fashioned Dunmer racism for you. Can never get enough of that in Morrowind. Inferior blood, but otherwise are human in every respect. Wow, what an assessment. I like that she is at least able to admit that she doesn't know whether they are capable of enlightenment. She's not like, no, they're not. I like the openness, so to speak. Muatra is the sacred spear of Lord Vivek, fashioned from Molak Bal's secret vices turned virtues. Vivek used it to slay the terrible offspring of Chimera and demons across the land. The last of them was the 8th great monster, Gulgamorjil, a progeny of Vivek himself, whose withered bones formed the bedrock far beneath Narcis's mesa. Oh, so Gulgamorjil was actually killed here? Beneath Narsis? Well, if he was ever real, but you know what I'm saying. I actually didn't know that. That's interesting. After the Battle of Red Mountain, the spear was laid down by Vivek here, and here it has remained ever since. Interesting. I can ask you about duties. I cannot give you duties if you do not join the temple. You know, I will do that momentarily. Thank you, autosave. I will do that momentarily. I just want to see if I can actually find the spear. And is this it? Oh, there we go. All right. Let's kneel in reverence. I can. Oh, let's look at that. Ooh, two-handed spear. Absorb health, absorb fatigue, silence, damage strength. Value of 220,000. Yeah, that's definitely an endgame item. As it should be, of course. We can interact, so let's try it. Hopefully our character doesn't steal it or anything. In sorrow and in fury, Vivek shaped his love into Muatra, the milk taker, whose kiss left both demon and Velothi barren. Many pilgrims have come to this place to lay bare their own spear in Muatra's shadow. It is here they learn whether they are to be left hallowed or hollowed by Lord Vivek's terrible mercy. Hallowed or hollowed? I like it. I like the wordplay here. Okay. Yes, we are praying to Lord Vivek. Thank you for your wisdom, Lord Vivek. Thank you for your courage that you have given me, Lord Vivek. Thank you for being able to serve you. Thank you for carrying me safely into this place. I was gonna say amen, but that's not how they would finish their prayers, right? The ending of the words is Alm Sivi. There we go. I'll just use that one. Listen, I'm not like a tribunal priest. I don't know how to pray to the tribunal, really, okay? Let's talk to the guards. Felasse Salvu. You stand here in the sacralum before the resting place of Muatra, the spear that both gives and takes. Tread with reverence. This is a relic not merely of war, but of godhood, tempered in love, violence, and scripture. We are its wardens, sworn to the path of bones which the stars still read as warning. Mind your words and make still your apertures. The wise did and lived. Yeah, the apertures thing, that's a reference directly to the sermons. Tell me of the spear. Muatra is no mere relic. It is words made weapon, drawn from rapture and refined into ruin. Vivek named it in the moment he wept, and all who felt its touch were made barren. To speak its name lightly is to tempt sterility of the spirit. To linger in its shadow is to stand beneath godhood, unsheltered. To touch it is to die. Well, we definitely don't plan on touching it.
I will listen, Outlander.
Mr.
but make it
Arel
quick.
Bellareth here looks impressive in all his glass armor. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, is this a poem? Does he speak in poetic language? That would be fun. Step soft, beloved. Muatra rests upon its phylactery, its tips still wet from heirs denied their legacy. Though I warn you now, my blade holds secrets only sung in thrust. Each stroke a prayer, each parry tinged with lust. But unrobe your fear, unveil your doubt. Under Vivek's gaze we pierce, and we are devout. I love the erotic language, which reflects how Muatra is portrayed in the sermons. Come, gaze bare and open up on the bite that bled the heavens of their children, and you may see how a spear prays. Not all scripture is written. Some is moaned, some is screamed, and some must be thrust into being. Okay, I expect that his other conversational topics are not poetic because we exhausted some of them with the other NPCs, but yeah, this is fun. Who are you? I guess I should have opened with that. I am Arel Bellareth, buoyant armiger and disciple of the temple. Right. So now that we have paid respect to our Lord Vivek's holy spear, we will go downstairs and ask humbly to join the temple.
Speak the truth, and all shall honor you.
Hello, Mistress Milara. Oh, I can ask about Muatra's pedestal. Interesting. And as the Velothi of the past took up their spears, so too must you take up yours. Bring it here to this temple and compare it with Lord Vivek's terrifying spear, Muatra. Let it rest in the shadow of Vivek's godhood. You may offer up a chitin spear in honor of Vivek's destruction of the rock-skin bugs known then as the Nochorbal. The truly devout will offer up a dreg spear. As Vivek's spear was made of the body of Molag Bal, you may offer up a spear made of his children's children. So this looks like she's quoting something, but I'm not sure what, because this is not from the 36 lessons. It could be like from the 0th or the 37th, because I haven't actually read those, but it's not from the 36. I think I would remember such a long passage. If I'm mistaken, forgive me. Okay, can I join the temple? You have a promising look. Perhaps we could use you. Do you wish to join? Or shall you hear our doctrine first? Well, let me hear the doctrine, just to make sure that I am doing my due diligence in learning about this faction. Your fourfold duties are to faith, family, masters, and all that is good. Perform holy quests and bring luster to the temple. Never transgress against your brothers or sisters, in thought or deed, as we are all one body. If you somehow fail to uphold these ideals, you must speak with the master or the patriarch to be cleansed of your wrongdoings. Still want to join? Yes. I am worthy, is what the dialogue option says. I'm not sure if Faylen would say that she is worthy. But yeah, I suppose, yes. I suppose she would, okay. Yes, I am worthy. You are now a layman in the temple. Welcome, Sister Faylen Dreloth. I am one of the several masters you can go to get your duties, and if you perform well, advancement in the temple is not out of the question. And just like that, we have completed our goal of joining the temple. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you will join me next time when we start working for the Tribunal Temple and find out together what it means to serve the Holy Tribunes. Until then, have a great day.